Hey, what does it be? Sexy beast, GhostSickness, Tristan here. Man, does it feel good to say that. Oh my god, it's been like 3 weeks since I made a video, and honestly, it's crazy, alright? So, I bet you guys are wondering what today's video is going to be about, so I do have some good news, but I really just wanted to talk to you guys, kind of update you on everything going on in my life, and kind of what I realized about certain things that kind of change the content of my channel, and everything like that. So, first off, I'm going to start with the good news, is this doesn't sound good when I initially say it, but it actually is something I'm very excited for once I get it all straightened out. It's going to be a little bit stressful before I get it straightened out, but I am very, very stoked. So basically, I came home one day, a couple weeks ago, and I checked my front door, and I saw this letter from my apartment complex, and I'm like, okay, man, this is probably like a noise complaint or some bullshit like that. Now, I was expecting this, because again, I was expecting this kind of like early December-ish, but luckily they gave it to me early, so I do have some time to make a decision, everything like that, and I already made my decision, and I'm very, very excited for what's to come. So basically, it was a rent notice increase. Now, I know you guys are like, what the fuck? Why is that a good thing? Why are you making a video about good news, and you're like, come over here with your bitch ass and tell me you got a rent notice increase, all right? So anyway, I did just get my new job, which means I make more money every hour, which means I make a ton of more money every month, which is a very, very good thing. But I'm like, okay, what the fuck? So now I got a rent notice increase, and I'm like, all right, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? The very first number that I see at the top of the paper is $960 per month, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god, like I'm gone, rip, right? And I saw that, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck no, that is not happening. So I read through it, and that's if I do month-to-month rent, which is something I'm not a fan of, because they can change it every 60 days if you don't know. At least where I live, they can. They can be like, yo, like, fam, like, your rent's going up hella high, and then I'm like, god damn it. Yeah, because if you don't know, I live on my own, and my base rent is $650 per month right now. On top of, utilities and pet rent and everything like that, I'm paying $710. So I'm like, all right, I keep reading, keep doing my thing, and then they basically said at the bottom of the paper that if I sign a new one-year lease, they're only going to increase my rent by $90 per month. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, because it really isn't that much money, but when you take into account what I'm already paying, and then you add $1,080 every single year for no better of an apartment that I had last year, you know what I mean? Like, it's literally no better of an apartment. It's the same exact piece of shit that it is. I mean, it's not a piece of shit. I really, really like living here, but it could always be better. And especially if I'm paying, because that would up my total rent with pet rent and all that bullshit to $800 every single month. And I'm just like, no, dude, fuck that. I'm barely home as it is, you know what I mean? I'm always at school, work, the gym, everything like that. If you guys don't know my schedule, it's complicated as fuck, but it's very, very busy. So basically, I work full-time at Best Buy, which is like 43 hours a week, because after my halves and stuff, I basically get salary, so I get paid 40 hours every week. At minimum, god, this holiday season, it's fucking brutal, though. I'm working like 45, 50 hours a week. Rip, right? So anyway, and then I go to school 2 days a week, or my 2 days off work that I go to school, and I'm there all fucking day, and then I go to the gym, I see family, stuff like that. Like, I'm a very, very busy dude. And yeah, my schedule sucks right now. It's going to get a lot better in about 2 weeks once I take winter term off, and then I don't have to do anything for like 3-4 weeks. And by anything, I mean don't have to do schoolwork. I'll still have to do other bullshit and stuff like that. So yeah, I got the rent notice increase, and I'm like, $800 per month, that's too fucking much. I can't justify it anymore. I got it at a pretty good rate, to be honest with you, but them increasing it past that, it's just not worth it anymore. And so I basically hit up a couple of my buddies, and I'm going to be getting an apartment or duplex or condo or townhouse or some shit. I'm going to be getting a 2 to 3 bedroom apartment or townhouse or whatever in January/early February. So January is when my lease is up. Late January is when I started my 1-year lease, because I got as long of lease as I possibly could to lock in that price, pretty much get the most for my money. And then I'm going to be moving in with my friend Sam, that I used to work with at McDonald's. He doesn't work at McDonald's anymore, and I don't work at McDonald's anymore, obviously, as you guys know. So I'm very, very stoked. I've known Sam for like 4 or 5 years now. Him and I have always been good buddies and stuff like that, and I let him know, and he's kind of looking for a place too, and so we're like, dude, let's fucking do this, man. And even if I got a place that's like $1,200 per month, split between the two of us, that would save me money every month, because then I get to also split utilities and everything like that, and it's going to make my life a whole lot better. And I'm really excited to get more space, like, oh, sorry about that. I'm really excited to get more space for like myself, as well as like my YouTube setup and everything like that, and just have more space overall, have a bigger kitchen. And the main thing, this sounds so small, but when you're an adult, it actually really matters to have a washer and dryer in my complex, right? I don't have one right now. It's down the hall. I have to pay $3 per fucking load of laundry. It is ridiculous, and it's really the only convenient place. Oh, why don't you just take your laundry to your parents' houses and stuff like that? Like, I could absolutely do that. My dad won't let me, but my mom will. Rip, right? But yeah, so I got got that rent notice increase, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. I can't justify it anymore. I mean, are you guys with me? Do you see what I'm saying? I already paid a lot, right? And I don't want to pay a lot more for not, you know, any more benefit to me. You know, again, I'm almost never home. I enjoyed the year and I'm still enjoying it, right? I got a couple months left. Let's go. I'm enjoying, you know, living on my own and stuff like that, but it's time for a change. It's time to, you know, go back to reality and go back to, you know, living with other people. And this time it's going to be different because before I lived with my parents and now I lived on my own, and I'm going to live with roommates. So I'm going to try it all. You know what I mean? And I know I'm going to miss living on my own, but part of me is going to like the company. You know, I already have Hudson. Hudson's my cat and he's fucking bae. But not the same as having a roommate there all the time that you can talk to, you know, talk about your day, shit like that, you know, hang out with, right? It's not like such a woman right now, for fuck's sakes. But yeah, so I really miss talking to you guys. It's so nice to vent, and if you actually give a shit, like, that's really cool. If you don't, you know, that's totally fine. Like, you do you, boo. So other updates that I have for you, so that's really exciting. I'm super stoked. Been looking at places, right? I'll let you guys know when I find a place, and I'll be vlogging that shit, the move, everything like that. I'm super stoked. I did fix my PS4, so this just happened like 10 minutes ago, and I finally fucking fixed it. So basically something I've been putting on for the last little while is my PlayStation has been, you know, struggling to update and do all sorts of shit, and I'm like, what do I do? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? And now, ever since day one, ever since I got the PlayStation, this should have been a sign, and it was, and I thought about returning it, but I'm like, it's too much work, whatever, it's PlayStation, it'll be fine. And it was for about 3 years. The hard drive would make like a grinding sound, like every time I would like turn it on, and sometimes randomly when I'd be playing and make like this grinding noise, and I'm like, I didn't think anything of it. Now eventually 3 years later it did finally crash, and I had to like reboot it and stuff like that, so I completely factory reset my PlayStation. Tried that, it didn't work, so I ended up just going to Best Buy, obviously where I fucking work, and buying a laptop hard drive to go in. So I did upgrade to a 1 terabyte, which is pretty solid. So I did put that in just now, reinstalled the operating system, and it was super fucking easy to do. It took like 10 minutes. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most streamlined process I've ever, you know, encountered ever. And then, so I did fix my PlayStation 4. So that means that's why you guys are seeing gameplay right now instead of me doing a vlog. You know, I'm thinking about, basically, I was thinking about it, and I was like, all right, so I can either do vlogs, I can do gaming, or I can do both. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do whatever I feel is appropriate, whatever I feel is necessary. If it's like a really, really personal thing, like maybe a story or something like that, I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do it in vlog form, you guys. And then if it's something like kind of like this, where it's just an update, you know, give you something to watch, if it's not something crazy interesting I'm talking about, I'm going to be doing gameplay. And so I'll do like a little bit of a mixture of both. But do you guys want to see more gameplay? I know you do, and I really kind of want to do more gaming oriented videos. I'm gonna get another computer, you know, eventually, once I have enough money, that I'm gonna use to record and stream Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I really, really love that game. I'm highly addicted. I play, you know, competitive with my friends, and I take it pretty seriously, more seriously than I should, to be completely honest, but I have a great time playing that game. So if you want to see that, please let me know. I know you guys are like a lot of diehard, you know, Counter-Strike or diehard Call of Duty fans or whatever. If you guys remember the Minecraft days back in 2012, what up? Then those were pretty lit too. But honestly, I've moved on. You know, I really like Counter-Strike, and obviously in today's video you're seeing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, because that is just absolutely bae. I have not played Infinite Warfare yet. I'm going to try it. You know, again, my PlayStation's been having a shit ton of issues the last couple months, and I've just been putting off fixing it, and I finally went and did it, because I thought I could fix it by just reformatting it, and it didn't fucking work. So yeah, basically, and I did want to talk about my new job. So I really enjoy my new job thoroughly. I was a little bit worried when I first started. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to completely like this or not. It's totally different from my last job, you know, at Best Buy. It's still in the Best Buy store, but now I work for AT&T, so I can only really sell AT&T related products and services, and that changes the game, you know what I mean? If I can't go sell TVs, I can't go sell washers and dryers anymore. I could only sell like a TV if they bought it with their phones or something like that. So that's pretty interesting, to be completely honest with you, and I like it so much more. The relationships you build with customers who come back and they're like, yo, Tristan, what up? Like, help me out. Then I'm just like, yeah, like, I got you, fam. You know what I mean? And it's a lot more rewarding to see like the smile on their face when you give them their brand new iPhone or Samsung or whatever the fuck they want. And I enjoy it a lot, and I'm getting used to the job. I'm getting used to what I'm doing. I'm getting way better at it than I was. And I like my coworkers and dicking around and stuff like that. That's just so much fun. And so, yeah, I really do enjoy my new job. A lot of you have been asking about that. Now, holiday hours are fucking brutal, you guys. At Best Buy, like, I have to work tomorrow. I've got to work a 10-hour day tomorrow. I got to work like 8 hours the next day, 10 hours the next day, and like 9, 10 hours, you know, 9 a lot longer days coming up, so that fucking sucks. But hey, you know, overtime, holiday pay, etc., it's all gonna be worth it, and I do need that money in order to move out and stuff like that. And I already figured out what I'm gonna do with all that sorts of stuff. I am keeping the BMW. For those of you who've been asking, I do still have the Subaru, so I'm taking her in to get repaired, and then I'm gonna kind of fix her up and then sell the Subaru so I can pocket that money. That's also going to be very beneficial to me. So yeah, I've been going back to the gym as well. I need to get into a routine of that. I just did leg day yesterday, and my ass is fucking killing me, dude. Squats are brutal. Front squats and back squats. I don't know if you guys have ever done front squats, but they are a bitch. Please try them out. If you have tried them out, let me know how much they suck, because they really, really suck. And they like choke you when you're doing them. Yeah, it's just not good. So been going back to the gym. Now, something interesting that I did realize about my life, and a lot of you have probably been aware of this for quite a while. I did see a tweet about it, which was actually pretty funny. I'm going to read it to you guys. I'm going to pop it up on the screen when I find it. Hold on just a second. My homie tweeted this at me, bro. Shout out to you, bro. I just find this tweet fucking hilarious. This is so good. All right, wait for it. I miss the old Tristan. My first storytelling Tristan. Texting bitches daily Tristan. May I take your order, Tristan? Yeah, Osprey, bro. I 100% agree with you, man. Back when I worked at McDonald's, those were some of the fire stories that I used to have. And I would just, you know, text girls and do all sorts of crazy shenanigans. And now my life is so different, all right? And I don't want to say this part to brag, but I want to let you guys know if it makes sense or not, because it makes sense in my mind when I say this. So if you don't recall, back in 2013, I ended up taking my very first YouTube break ever. If you've been to my channel that long, cool. If you haven't, that's totally a-okay. But basically, I made 2 stories. One of them was like 16 minutes, and another one was like 22 minutes about this one girl and like the 2 or 3 dates that we went on and all the texting adventures and bullshit that I had to go through in order to like try to get it with this girl, right? And this girl was not interested in me, but she was very, very cute, and she always just gave me just enough to make me think she was interested, but she really, really was not. And it eventually ended up falling out, and it was just bad. And I made another story about it, like my first time being led on by a girl or whatever, or I don't even remember what the exact story was called, but I made several videos about this one girl, and all it was me going on a couple dates, you know, like I don't even know if I kissed her or not. I don't even fucking remember, but like held her hand, and that was pretty much it. Like that was fucking it, all right? And now I can jam pack all that shit into one evening, dude. It goes straight from, you know, Netflix and chill to getting laid. And it's just, that's exactly how that goes. It's like, oh, first date, like, okay, let's go back to my place and then just fuck, right? And if I were to tell stories about all that shit, it just wouldn't be entertaining. It wouldn't be interesting. It would just be bragging at that point. And so it's like, I can't just go and do that. So basically what I'm trying to say is, with girls and stuff like that, the bar has been set way higher, all right? Like sex is like the new minimum. Now, maybe if something crazy or interesting or something happens related to those, I'll let you guys know. But by and large, if I just go out with a girl, take her back to my place and sleep with her, like that's not going to be interesting content for you guys. I know that for a fact. I know that's not just going to be like, oh man, that's so interesting, like how did he do it? You know what I mean? I'm still going to give you advice on how to do that sorts of shit, right? If you're older or whatever, and let you know about how to text girls and how to make a girl interesting and something to make a girl interested in you and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be giving you like, you know, detailed stories about just typical casual sexual encounters. Like it just doesn't sound interesting, and it really isn't interesting. You know, back in the day, back when I was like 16, all the crazy bullshit that would happen with me always led to me giving you guys advice. Now this shit can lead to me giving you guys advice as well, but I can leave the whole story out of it. You know what I mean? I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this shit, and I'm learning as I go, and it's just such a different game than it was a couple years ago for me before I was, you know, before when I was a virgin. And it just, I hope you guys understand that. I hope you guys understand that just when it comes to girls, like the stories I'm going to tell you relating to girls are just not the same. You know, when I had all those first experiences and everything like that, like obviously that's some interesting shit. And then past that, it's just like, oh, like you slept with her. Like, oh dude, shut the fuck up. Stop bragging. Stop being an asshole, right? If that makes sense. I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm saying? If you do, comment potato chip. Please let me know. Comment potato chip if you understand what I'm saying, or if you made it to this part of the video. I just wanted to rant, get stuff on my chest, let you guys know where I've been, what I've been up to. Life could not be better, and I'm really sorry I've been putting YouTube on the back burner, but honestly, my life comes first, and I'm living the life that I've always wanted to live. I'm living probably the best life I could be right now, and I love it. I really, really do. And you know what? I'm gonna try to make time for you guys because I do love you guys, and this YouTube hobby thing is more than just a hobby. You know what I mean? It's really important to me. And again, I'm not really gonna focus on growing my channel. I just want to focus on entertaining you guys and getting back into the rhythm of things, because I want to bring my channel back to its former glory, and it hasn't been there in a long, long time. I want to say the last year, it really hasn't been, and that's because there's been so many crazy changes going on in my life. And you know what? For that, I'm partially sorry. I'm partially sorry that I've kind of left you guys in the dark, and you know, and when I have had time to make a YouTube video, haven't made a YouTube video, and for that, I'm sorry. So if you made it to this part of the video, comment dolphin. I fucking love you guys. Let's see if we can smash 500 likes, because I do have a 2-part story coming your way, and the reason I want to do it in 2 parts is because there's actually 2 different stories, completely unrelated to each other. I mean, kind of related. One of them is like the prerequisite to the other story, and so there are different stories, and so I am going to tell you guys both of those, because the second one is fucking insane. It's crazy, and it happened over the summer. So stay sexy, you beast. Leave a like button. Let's see if we can smash 500 for that story. The faster you guys do it, the faster I'll upload that story. Stay sexy, you beast. I'm GhostSickness. I fucking love you guys, and you do not understand what I mean when I say that, and I'm out.